Need a repair? Come to Apple. We can help you find and schedule a repair at an Apple store or with an Apple authorized service provider. You'll find lots of convenient locations, even same-day appointments and walk-in repairs. When you come to an Apple store or Apple authorized service provider, you'll get genuine Apple parts and Apple trained technicians. And all the repairs are backed by Apple. We're here for you anytime you need a repair.
Before having your device repaired at an Apple store or Apple authorized service provider, you need to do these 3 things. You need to have your Apple ID and password ready, back up your device, and update to the latest version of iOS. First, it's crucial that you know your Apple ID password. We can't fix your device with Find My iPhone turned on, and you need to know your password to turn it off. In Settings, tap your name. Tap Find My, then tap Find My iPhone. Tap the switch to turn it off. This is where you'd enter your Apple ID password to turn off Find My iPhone, but we recommend that you keep it on until you arrive at the Apple Store or Apple authorized service provider. Now, let's back up your device. In Settings, tap your name. Next, tap iCloud. Scroll down and tap iCloud Backup. Then, tap Backup Now. You'll need to turn on iCloud Backup if it isn't on already. Finally, to update iOS, open Settings, tap General, and then tap Software Update to check for an update. If one is available, tap Download and Install. And now you're ready for repair.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you are doing well and having a great Saturday afternoon. I am Jim Toscano, co founder and Chief Program Officer of TagPros Education, and welcome to Teachers Can Create, upskilling teachers as content creators and instructional material designers. This webinar workshop series is brought to you by TagPros Children in partnership with TagPros Education, an up and coming online K 12 education marketplace where passion takes the lead in learning. And of course, our very generous and amazing partner, PowerMax Center Incorporated, the pioneer and innovative Apple premium reseller in the Philippines. This event is also made possible by the Department of Education International Cooperations Office, Teacher Education Network, and Next Series. Last Saturday, we discussed how teachers can create effective instructional videos with Joseph Kevin Regla. Today, we will be talking about how digital storytelling can be a powerful teaching tool or instructional tool with Miss Maleng Raysag, who is at the Apple Professional Learning Provider, at the same time head for PMC or Power Mac Center Business Systems Incorporated. But before we go there, let's have an attendance check first. So we're looking at our comments right now. I know that the weather has been very challenging. On my place, the weather is raining. We have a very rainy Saturday afternoon. But thank you so much to our dear public school teachers and other teachers from private school who have just started their first week of classes. So congratulations for surviving the first week of the new school year or the second year of education in the pandemic. We're so happy that you have successfully done week one. So modules have been distributed, online learning sessions have been done. So congratulations. So we have teachers coming from Bataan. We have Director Marge Ballesteros coming from the north. She's here with us from Cotabato, from Barm, in Lanao del Sur. We have Isabella, we have Samar. So everyone here, whether you are in the Philippines or overseas, welcome to our session this afternoon. We apologize for starting late. We have some technical concerns, so the weather could be affecting our being a factor in our technical difficulties. But we're here, and we will go directly to some of our reminders before we start. So again, please make sure that you practice responsible digital citizenship and refrain from sharing personal information in the comment section. That includes your email, your contact number, or whatever things that you want to share. Also, because you're sharing ideas and thoughts, it's okay to disagree with me, with our speaker, with other participants. But please make sure that you say that in a more proper, more courteous manner. We are all professionals. We are all teachers. By the way, we also have future teachers here. We have been receiving messages asking us if education students in colleges, in different colleges around the country can join. Yes, even parents can join. So please make sure, as teachers, please make sure that you do things in a very professional manner. We love to hear your thoughts later on. If you have questions, we welcome them. If you have a different insight or maybe a different idea, we also welcome your thoughts. So just make sure that you share them and make sure that you participate well. Another reminder, just we have a lot of e-certificates being processed right now. So just a reminder of let me just bring that out. We've shown this last week. We have what we call as the 1 week rule, which means you will have 1 week to watch. You can join us right now as a live participant, but you have 1 week to be part of team replay. And within that 1 week, you have to answer the evaluation form. Digital certificates are sent 1 week after you answer the evaluation form. If you receive it after you answer the form, you are very lucky. That means you have been one of those earliest attendees or participants who have answered, and you are not part of the cutoff. But the rule really is you will receive your certificate 1 week after you answer the evaluation form. That also gives you the chance to really watch Don't just answer the evaluation form so that you can have a certificate. I mean, if you've been attending us, that this means weekly certificate for you. But we treasure your presence because you're learning with us. We are also learning from you. So make sure that you follow that principle, follow the rule also. Another thing, there are a lot of prizes to be announced today. So I want to go directly because our PowerMax, our partner, generous partner, PowerMax Center has given us a lot of prizes that we can take advantage of, and there are a lot of winners that have won. So let me just start announcing our winners. So let me just um, share my screen. Okay, or there. So can we make it bigger? Can we play slideshow, please? Okay, so our first set of prizes, prize number one, exclusive discounts on Power Max Center. All webinar attendees who have answered the evaluation form, please wait, because if you have answered, if you're part of the set of participants last week, you will have exclusive discounts. It will be sent to your email, so make sure that you check the catalog. So all who have answered the evaluation form for last week, then you are qualified for this prize number one. All right, so let's go to prize number two. Raffle time. So this is 500 e-voucher on Power Max Center online store. Some of you might be saying, "Sir, we are we are in a far province. We don't have Power Max Center." Don't you worry, because this is an e-voucher, which means that you can use this in an online store. So you can just go online and look for accessories or devices that you need that are inside the Power Mac online store. So 12 lucky participants. Let me just read. We have a lot of names to read. So let's start with Leia Grace Tevilla, Ami L. Mendez, Marietta Havinar, Edison G. Adlawan, Jocelyn P. Sucano, Marites M. Tandok, Editha D. Dacer, Christian L. Labutap, Lizelle Angeli Castro, Baisha Sharif, Caressa de Guzman, Alaliza Yu, ang Rainay. Sorry if I mispronounced your surname, but if you see your name, congratulations. You will get 500 e-voucher from Power Mac, valid until December. All right. So the next, more raffles, 20% worth of discount voucher on chargeable services. So if you have an Apple device, you can actually have 20% off if you have it fixed. So those who won 20% off for services are the following. There's a lot of names. So if you see your name there, congratulations. Don't worry. We will be posting the names on our FB pages. All right. So 20 winners. Let's go to prize number three or number four. 500 worth of training voucher. Now, if you want to get trained with digital skills by Apple certified professional learning specialist, that those guests that we are having every session are trained by Apple to train teachers to become better digital teachers or online teachers. We have 500 worth of training voucher on any paid training at PBSI for 100 lucky participants. I'm not gonna read them because that's too many. So we will be posting the names online, but if you see your name, please make sure that you wait for our email. We will give you instruction on how to claim your voucher. So congratulations to this 100 lucky people. So for example, if PBSI has a training on how to edit videos, it's 1,000 pesos. We have 50% off, for example, then you can use this if you want. All right. Okay, so congratulations. There's a lot of name, 100. Let's see if we still have. And of course, because you have joined us last week, you joined us last week, you are able to get a a raffle ticket. So every time you join our session, you get one raffle ticket. So join us on all 4 Saturdays. This means you have 4 entries. So for those who joined us last week, you already have one entry because on October 9, we will be announcing the raffle winner of one unit, brand new. This is brand new, by the way, courtesy of Power Mac, 8 Gen 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi model of an iPad. So please make sure that you answer our evaluation form because the evaluation form will give you that entry to join this. So 4 Saturdays, 4 entries. Okay. So to enter all raffle draw, make sure that you complete the evaluation form on www.tagpros.org at the end of each session. Follow PowerMac, follow TagPros on Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube, or whatever social media so that you can get updated. All raffle winners will be announced next week on TagPros Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So please make sure that you stay tuned uh, to to our webinar series. Some people are writing comments. We cannot answer your if you have concerns on e-certificate, we cannot answer you directly on the comment on the webinar right now. The best thing that you can do is to send us a direct message on our Facebook page so that our team could give you an advice. So you are sending us comments that you have not received your certificate yet. Please make sure that you send us a DM, a direct message, because we cannot answer you on our live webinar right now. Send us a DM so that we can help you with your certificate. All right. So thank you so much. Now, let me just say a few words. You have watched these videos already. We, Power Mac Center, PBSI, and Tag Pros Children, last week we have launched our Heroes of Learning. It's a photography contest that celebrates teachers. What we want you to do is to nominate an inspiring teacher in your community and get a chance to win amazing prizes. So just a heads up, everyone, please nominate the most inspiring teacher because the winner gets a prize, the nominator also gets a prize. So Heroes of Learning Mechanics is a photography contest that will run September 11 until October 5. Teachers, students, and school leaders from any schools in the Philippines can nominate a teacher in this contest. Teacher who can be nominated are those who teach in formal and informal education, whether online or hybrid. So whether you're ALS, whether you're doing print-based, modular learning, online, blended, whatever you're doing, you can be nominated. You just need a teacher, a student, or even a school leader who can nominate you. How do we nominate a teacher? To nominate a teacher, a high resolution photo depicting the teacher's inspirational story as a hero can be posted on Facebook, preferably shot using a smartphone or even a regular phone, as long as the picture is clear. So post on Facebook, and then what's step number 5? Um, Post should have a caption. So you have a picture, and then you put a caption, 150 words, answering the question, how did this teacher inspire students to continue studying at this time of the pandemic? Tag Power Mac Center, tag Pros, and most especially or most importantly, please use the hashtag PMCX Tag Pros, my teacher, hero, frontliner of education, or even the most important hashtag Heroes of Learning 2021. The nominator must inform the nominee about the nomination and secure consent. So please tell the teacher, I'm nominating you. I hope you allow me to post your picture. That's part of digital citizenship. And then the entries will be judged through the following criteria: relevance of the teacher's story to the theme, quality and creativity of the photo entry, and originality and impact of the entry. Okay? So 4 entries will be chosen to win. One from NCR, one from Luzon, one from Visayas, and one from Mindanao. Each winner will get 10,000 pesos worth of prizes in form of cash and products, and the nominator, so that person who posted the picture of the teacher, will also get 2,500 worth of prizes in form of products. So announcement. So competition closes October 5 or October 2, and announcement will happen October 9, 2021. So teachers who are writing comments right now, you are very participant in our comments right now. Maybe you can also nominate your fellow teachers now. So that's very important. I don't know if we have samples. Do we have samples of nominations already? These are examples of nominations that we've gotten, and the two nominations are coming from Region 5, Bicol, and I think one is from Region 3 or Region 4A. So these are examples of nominations, pictures of teachers helping students studying right now. These teachers are doing print-based modality and print-based mode of learning. So they have been visiting their students, and this is an example of post. So make sure that you post the picture, write a caption, and use our hashtag. Tag us also. We are looking every day, every week. We are looking at post of participants, something similar to what you see right now. So please do make sure that you nominate the most inspiring teacher in your community. All right. So there, I think we're done with our announcement right now. So just continue to watch our webinar, participate actively, so that you can you can understand, you can learn from us, but at the same time, so that you can also this is our webinars is part. Our webinars this September and October is part of our own way of celebrating teachers. And one way of celebrating teachers is to make sure that you have access to high quality webinars where you can learn from. So there, I think the announcement of raffle winners is done. We're done reminding everyone about Heroes of Learning photo competition. Now let's move on to our session for today. Our speaker is the Apple Professional Learning Provider Head for PowerMac Center Business Systems Incorporated, or PBSI. And she'll be talking about how we teachers can use digital storytelling as an effective teaching tool. By the way, she was a former teacher. She is head of an EdTech training center, and she's also a very active parent. So let's all welcome Miss Maleng Raysag. All right, everyone. Sorry for the technical concern. Let me just play again the video.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for making time and attending our session today with Tag Pros. I hope I will be able to share some useful information that you can use for your classes as educators. My name is Maleng, currently head of PBSI, an Apple professional learning provider, and just like most of you, an educator. I had wonderful classroom memories as a former high school teacher. And today, I would like to share about the power of storytelling, in particular, digital storytelling. Why is it a great tool for teaching? And what are the components of a good story? And finally, showcase some resources and sample you can use as a go-to reference. To set our context and perspective right, we understand that most educators have limited access to technology and or afraid to explore on technical tools. But with the ongoing pandemic and online learning in schools, we need to challenge ourselves to make more meaningful learning experiences, engagement, and connections for our students. We will try some simple tools which hopefully can empower you as educators. So why storytelling? Storytelling is the art of narrating a tale from memory or reading. I remember when I was young, I learned how to read through comic books. My father was a comic artist and we have lots of comics inside our home. Filipino comics, Wakasan, Tagalog classics, and many more. The visual appeal and storyline powered my imagination and helped me develop my love for reading. Fast forward to today, yes, I like Instagram stories, Facebook stories, just like most of you, and I even watch Wawawin contestants narrate their life stories to Kuya Will. We all love stories. Stories provide engaging contents that appeal to human heart and interest. When used for teaching, stories provide avenues for leading a class discussion, problem solving, critical thinking, and generalizations or concepts useful for learning. Storytelling is one of the oldest of all art forms, reaching back to prehistoric times when people gather around the fire, listening to their elders tell story of heroism of their ancestors. Storytelling is an ancient art that originated long before the written word. Storytelling is the original form of teaching to preserve culture, beliefs, and traits of prehistoric communities. Some of their stories are even scribed on the stones or walls so that they can pass it on to the next generation. Storytelling as a form of teaching has the potential of fostering emotional intelligence and help the child or students gain insight into human behavior. When used for teaching, stories are powerful in memory retention and can encourage empathy. Putting oneself in participants' shoes can sometimes help students understand the power of experiential situations. This is another form of active learning. Active learning is an approach to instruction that involves actively engaging students with the course material through discussions, problem solving, case studies, role plays, and other methods. Students love stories. In fact, they may be even more attentive to a story told by their peers. Storytelling pedagogy can be used to help students grasp complicated theories, engage students, and help improve student retention. Stories can be appealing educational tools because they are believable and entertaining and enable students to easily recall facts from the story. Storytelling as an active learning approach helps students to impart and receive information, clarify, organize ideas, develop empathy, appreciate different perspectives, test ideas, see connections, create and recognize assumptions. So now, knowing that stories are powerful tools for teaching, let us take a look at digital storytelling. Digital is described as anything that is electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data. Thus, digital stories are digital contents that can be used to explain a concept, to reflect on a personal experience, to retell a historical event, or to make an argument. Digital storytelling uses multimedia tools to bring narratives to life. Digital stories are typically slides with text, images, photos, graphics, audio, and video clips to tell a story. Even though it is recommended that digital stories be 2 to 3 minutes long, a lot of work goes into making one. Here is a QR code for the link in TeachTaught website where you can find around 36 list of apps and programs you can use for creating digital stories. There are a lot of apps for Apple iOS, Android OS, and web-based or browser-based apps for digital storytelling. Remember, all these are just tools. These are available options for you, but the most important still is the teacher. The teacher's creativity, lesson delivery, and engagement activities will make student learning meaningful, personal, and relevant. Yes, for some, this may be a challenging task for teachers to prepare their lessons, as we need to equip ourselves with basic editing skills in order to create a digital story for the benefit of our students. And I'm sure teachers, like most of you, are already good in doing that. With more than a year online, we are somehow forced to become techie with our teaching, as face-to-face is temporarily paused. Creating a digital story is an engaging way to share information that requires creativity, self-direction, and experimentation with new technologies. Here's the basic framework for creating a digital story. Once you have determined the purpose of your digital story, you will need to create a script and a storyboard. Digital stories are versatile and can cover a wide range of topics. When writing a script, students or teachers will need to decide what their digital story will accomplish. The script or storyboard will reflect what type of digital story you will make. Then you will need to record the script and find media for the storyboard. Depending on your script and storyboard, you may need to record your voice or type text, gather or create images or video clips, and choose music and sound effects. The next step is to create your video. Finally, put all the elements together and enjoy the final product. Now let's try to dissect each of the components to make a digital story. First is making the script and storyboarding. How many of you have heard of Spine? Pixar is using this too. This is one perfect example for creating storytelling structure. The story spine structure will be our guide to construct our story. It will have a beginning, event, middle, climax, and end. So now let's try to make a story. Once upon a time, there was a man named Juan. He is known in their community as lazy. Every day, people see him sleeping under the tree. Look at him, always sleeping, so lazy. So for the beginning part, we follow the instruction and write there, once upon a time. And then you will notice that there are words saying every day. So you just continue it, put the words appropriate to create a story. And then we go to the event. But one day, while under the tree, Juan heard Maria say, "Look at Juan, so lazy and sleeping again." Juan replied, "I am not sleeping, but just resting. I woke up early and plowed the fields while the sun is not yet up," Juan said. Following the structure, because of that, Maria was shocked. She apologized to Juan and realized that Juan is actually not lazy. Because of that, Maria and Juan became good friends. They always chat whenever Maria will pass by to Juan's field. Until finally, so this is the climax part, Juan told Maria that he liked her and asked her if he could marry her. And for the ending, and ever since that day, Maria and Juan are always helping each other, working hard in plowing the fields early in the morning, and as soon as the morning sun is up, both Maria and Juan sleeps under the tree. The end. So let us now try to demo Canva and Keynote for our digital story example. Let's do the Canva demo to create a digital story. Canva is a graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual contents. Founded in 2012, it uses a drag and drop format and provides access to over 1 million photographs, graphics, and fonts. It is used by non-designers as well as professionals. The tools can be used for both web and print media design and graphics. When you open the site, you will be asked to create a login account to access and use it, and then you can browse all the template samples available. Today, we will choose presentation. You can start with a blank page or use sample templates that you can edit. I chose this template. Click Apply All Pages, and automatically all the sample templates will be transferred to your workspace. Select First Page and start to edit. Select the objects and text to delete or edit its contents. We will type our story. And then search for a tree in the search button. Drag and drop the elements that you like to create your slide. You can resize it to fit nicely in your slide. On slide 2, same procedure. Click to edit the text and encode the story. Once you're done typing, you can resize the text and put it in a place where you prefer it to be. Delete all the other elements and select from the search button a tree that you can add to your slide. Resize to make it a little bit bigger. And then type on the search button another element that you need for the slide. This time we will choose Sleeping Man. Click, drag, and hold, and resize to fit in your slide. Add another element. This time, let's add Sleeping Juan. Drag from the resources and then resize. For slide number 3, let us copy and paste all these elements and add it to third slide. Again, change the text. For the continuation of the story, resize the text, and complete the slide by adding the women talking. You can also add audio or music background. These are your slides right now, slide 1, 2, and 3. You can continue working on the next slides. To add music or audio, it is also drag and drop. Now, let's try to see our presentation slideshow. Now, if you have an iPad and an Apple Pencil, you can use Keynote apps to draw and customize your own digital story. Now, let's try to create a story of a butterfly for a science class to demonstrate the concept of metamorphosis and engage students. First, on your iPad, click Keynote app from the dock to open Keynote. Select from the available template samples. Click the first slide and type the title of your slide, The Life Story of a Butterfly by Teacher Maleng. Delete the other elements that you don't need. Now add another slide by clicking the plus sign and type the story. Once upon a time, there were baby eggs left on a leaf. Now, using your Apple Pencil, start drawing a leaf with eggs. You can use the different types of pencil tools available and the different colors now, depending on what you like. You can outline the leaf by resizing the tip of the pencil. Now we're drawing the eggs. Click on the plus sign to add another slide for the next step on the science process. After a few days, the eggs break open and a crawling cutter creature came out. It was a small caterpillar. Using your Apple Pencil, you can now draw a caterpillar. The drawing need not be perfect, no? You can use reference drawings to draw it. Students would truly appreciate seeing their teacher's effort when you do your own drawings for your presentations. Don't worry if you are not that good on drawing. This is not an art contest. Add the feet and then let's move to the next slide. Type to edit the text. The caterpillar was very hungry. It ate many leaves until it felt its body becoming stiff. It turned into a cocoon. Resize the text. And again, using an Apple Pencil, select the color that you like. For this one, I'm going to use brown to draw the trunk of a tree. And then I'm starting to draw here the pupae or the cocoon where the sleeping caterpillar is located. And now for the last slide, type to edit. After a few weeks, a beautiful butterfly came out of the cocoon. The end. Drag to resize and to locate where you wanted this text to be placed. And using again your Apple Pencil, you can start drawing the final element, which is the butterfly. Okay, I use the opaque tool for creating this so that I can easily draw from a nice background the design of a butterfly. Okay. Choose different colors. So this is one nice or effective way of showcasing the life process of a butterfly called metamorphosis. Now you can record your own voice as well for every step of the process.
Once upon a time, there were baby eggs left on a leaf.
When you click plus, you can see there the record audio, and then you can insert the audio that you have recorded. Another recording here.
After a few days, the eggs break open and a crawling creature came out. It was a small caterpillar.
Now let's try to animate the elements. All the tools are located on the upper corner. And for the animation effect, you can use transitions and builds. Select the object or the drawing that you did. This time we will choose the caterpillar, which we drew earlier. And then choose from the different options available. Okay. So you can actually experiment and try the different tools available in this build in and build out to create the animation effect. Same goes for the butterfly. You can select from the different options to simulate a flying effect of the butterfly or the flipping of its wings. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. One of the first decisions that a teacher needs to make when considering the use of digital storytelling is whether she will create the digital stories or the students will do it. Some educators may decide to create their own stories first and show them to their students as a way to present new material, capture the attention of students, and increase their interest in exploring new ideas. Digital storytelling can provide educators with a powerful tool to use in their classrooms that can motivate students, help them retain new information, and aid in the comprehension of difficult material. Digital storytelling can be a potent tool for students who are taught to create their own stories. After viewing sample digital stories, students may be given assignments in which they are first asked to research a topic and then choose a particular point of view. This type of activity can generate interest, attention, and motivation for the digital generation students in today's classrooms. The process can capitalize on the creative talents of our students as they begin to research and to tell stories of their own while learning to use the library of resources and the internet to research rich, deep content while analyzing and synthesizing a wide range of content. Students who create their own digital stories may develop enhanced communication skills by learning to organize their ideas, ask questions, express opinions, and construct arguments. Digital storytelling can help students as they learn to create stories for an audience and present their ideas and knowledge in an individual and meaningful way. In addition, when digital stories are published on the web, students have the opportunity to share their work with their peers and gain valuable experience in critiquing their own and others' work, which increases emotional intelligence and fosters social learning. When students create their own digital stories, it provides a strong foundation in 21st century skills, the combination of visual literacy, the ability to understand, produce, and communicate through visual images, global literacy, the capacity to read, interpret, respond, and contextualize messages from a global perspective, and digital literacy, the ability to effectively and critically navigate, evaluate, and create information using a range of digital technologies. There are 6 ways to implement digital storytelling in class. To go beyond the personal narrative, to help students make deep connections to content. The original narrative form of digital storytelling is a powerful way to engage learners in writing. But there are many other formats you can interpret in class to build literacy while encouraging deeper thinking about the content being studied. Here are 6 examples: visual poetry, book trailers, news report, video biography, interviews, public service announcement. We will showcase 3 examples only of these 6. Visual poetry. Poetry's purposeful word choice encourages close, careful reading. Have students create digital storytelling versions of text poems to demonstrate their comprehension of the author's words choice and intent. As they create their visual poems, students interpret words and phrases as they use it in a text, including determining technical, connotative, and figurative meanings, and analyze how specific word choices shape meaning of tone.
Bells, silver bells, what a world of merriment their melody foretells, how they tinkle, 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 the icy air of night, all the stars that oversprinkle, all of the heavens seem to twinkle, with a crystalline delight. Time, 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 in the summer of rhythmic rhyme. We wasted that to these bells, from the bells, 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 from the jingling and tinkling of the bells.
Another example is an interview. A typical interview is a question and answer session between 2 people, but you can expand the definition to include animals, viruses, or even historic artifacts. Interviewing non-human subjects like the polio vaccine or the vote used to cross the Delaware provides awesome opportunities for student expression.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and I'm interviewing a dinosaur. So, dinosaur, what is your name and what does it mean? My name is Colossus, and it means horror filler. So, Colossus, how big are you? I am exactly 50 pounds, 6 feet tall, and 10 feet long. Wow, that's small. But wait, Colossus, if you're that small, how do you defend yourself? Well, I'm very fast, so I could run away, and I have very sharp teeth and claws. Oh, well, that makes sense.
Another example is the video biography. There are few tasks in schools students dread more than writing a biography. Motivating students to do their best work is sometimes difficult, especially when they realize that no one other than their teacher will see their work. To give student writing additional importance, create an audience more expansive than the walls of your classrooms. Remind students that biographies aren't always books. Perhaps they have watched television shows about a favorite singer or musician or enjoyed a biography without someone there, with about someone they admire.
Two against 27. That was via Moore. On the morning of December 10th, 1941, Manila church bells rang out the cry of danger. The rumbling of engines could be heard overhead as Japanese bombers headed for the nearby air base. Captain Jesus Villamor ran towards his P-26A pea shooter. Jumping into the open cockpit, he pulls his goggles over his eyes and adjusts his shoulder harness as his engine slows to a start and settles into a smooth purr. The wind in his face, Captain Villamor guided his pea shooter down the runway, thinking of the first time he had been excited by airplanes. At 19, he had learned to fly at the Philippine Air Taxi Company, but his examiner said he would never be a safe pilot and refused to give him his license. Determined to become a pilot, he headed to the Dallas Aviation School, earning his license in 6 months. When he returned to Manila, he became one of the 7 original cadets of the 1936 Philippine Army Air Corps. Later that year, he returned to the United States for advanced pilot training in Texas, Michigan, Illinois, Colorado, and California. In 1938, he was made an instructor at the Philippine Air Corps Flying School, and within 1 year became the director of flight training. As his P-26 took flight, he saw a zero on his tail. Went into a dive, over forest bushes and mango trees, the clear while taking off. Leveling off moments before crashing, he continued just above the trees, diving under a row of unintentional gliders. When he looked back again, he had lost the zero. The relief only lasted an instant as another zero closed in. Moore told me to step back as hard as he could.
So there you are. Digital storytelling provides students with a powerful 21st century learning experience that capitalizes on their interests in technology and their skills with it. Managing the process of crafting a powerful digital story provides opportunities for students to work on project management skills like organization, time management, leadership, initiative, persistence, and teamwork. Digital storytelling is more than just supplementing text with technological bubbles. Learners must distill essential ideas from their research, identifying reliable text and supplementing it with imagery, and synthesize this knowledge into a deliverable that evidences their mastery of the content being studied, regardless of the subject or discipline. These are just examples of implementing student digital storytelling in the class. You can find even more ideas. These 6 ideas are just a taste of how digital storytelling provides students with opportunities to practice essential literacy skills and make powerful personal connections to the content they are learning. Check out this QR code for the link on other sample for creative educator website. You can even create a digital story fest or a mini film festival in class or across class levels to make it more fun and exciting. Digital storytelling can be a short form or of digital media production. The media used may include the digital equivalent of film techniques, animation, stills, audio only, or any of the other forms of non-physical media, which individuals can use to tell a story or present an idea. The idea of merging traditional storytelling with today's digital tools is spreading worldwide. Anybody today with a computer can create a digital story simply by answering questions such as what do you think? What do you feel? What is important? How do we find meaning in our lives? Most digital stories focus on a specific topic and contain a particular point of view. These topics can range from personal tales to the recounting of historical events, from exploring life in one's own community to the search for life in other corners of the universe and every story in between. We are living in a world of great digital disruption. This is what we call screen age. We are spending more time with our devices than we ever had before. We now have shorter attention span. Our attention is contracting. Content-rich sites like news, etc., says even people spend an average of 3 minutes over 55 minutes content. We are now living in technologically integrated times. We are digitally connected. Different generations and experiences. Before, our kids fear spiders, cockroach, and insects. But now, the three biggest fears of our students are no Wi-Fi, slow download or buffering, and no battery. We live in a time of message saturation and information overload. If we think about how our brain works, we retain information and we rely on visuals mostly. Research shows that written text can be retained in our brains for 7 days, but visuals like photo can be retained for 8 days. Presentation of data, pure data, will no longer work. It has to be in infographics. It should tell a story. The 4 I's of a great story are interest, instruct, involve, and inspire. And the 3 components of a great story includes color, picture, and movements. Teachers compete with other contents that hooks students now. Game, manga, TikTok, social media. And Facebook live webinars like this is like a big campfire gathering for similar to the old times. Now, let me end with a quote. Communication is important to life. Storytelling is one of the best way to communicate. Thank you and have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Miss Maleng, for that wonderful sharing. I was really watching and getting I was very interested with how she was really pouring in her love of stories, and she even did a very quick session, I mean quick demo on how to use Apple Pencil drawing at the same time storytelling. So I we will now welcome Miss Maleng Raysag to our virtual stage as we open our live open forum. So for our teachers there, we hope that you are that you have enjoyed the very interactive, very interesting. So Miss Maleng, welcome to the stage, virtual stage.
Hello, Sir Jim.
Ayan. So, Miss Maleng, we just want to go through a lot of positive thoughts. We have someone from Nurhata Omar saying that what you've shown is it's great, especially for preschool teacher. It helps them to catch their attention. All right. So, Jose or Joe's can also said it could be used in writing lesson. So let's just go through a lot of very positive feedback about what you've shared to us. Marilu Tadu also said this is an amazing strategy for teaching. All right. So and Joanna Bausan also said grateful to this pandemic. I mean, we understand the pandemic is very challenging, but she said that I think what's happening right now changed the face of education a lot. Um, Vian Miranda also says using her insight, using digital storytelling practices both the teachers and students' 21st century skills. Being an ICT literate is now a necessity to improve teaching and learning process. And from and from and from D Rose also, I love this topic. Thank you for having this topic today. This will be very helpful in our preschool classes. All right. So let's talk about Miss Maleng. Let's talk about some questions. I know that we have received some questions already. Also, this is very interesting for Brigada Pagbasa, or those who are having literacy projects out there. What Miss Maleng has shown us is that you can create a lot of stories. This is very interesting because right now I don't know if our teachers would agree. Mother tongue MTB, mother tongue based learning, we don't have much resources. I remember because my nephew is studying in a public school in Abra. They don't have much resources and teachers. In preschool teachers, Miss Maleng, they really talk about they use stories, and because it's mother tongue, we don't have published stories in native languages. So I think that's why our teachers right now are enjoying this. One question, Miss Maleng, on this one is they are asking about the tools that you have shown, like Canva, for example, the Keynote. Which of those could be used by teachers, even if they're not using iPad?
Thank you for that question, Sir Jim. I think right now the most popular and the most easy to use is the web-based Canva. The cool thing about it, all the elements are there: music, ready-made elements. You just type in the type of element that you need, be it text, be it a picture or a graphics or almost anything. It also uses the drag and drop technology. That's why it's quite easy to use. In fact, you don't need to have a tutorial. You don't need to use a tutorial video. You can just try to explore and you'll be amazed at what you can do. You can do cover letters, posters, announcement, and so many other things with Canva. I'm not sure, but I heard this was created by a Filipino
One
based in Australia.
One of the
Something
co-founders, I think, or co-developers of
like
Canva
code.
is an Australian Filipino. So yeah, a proud Pinoy moment. Not a full Pinoy, but I think she has a Filipina. She's Filipina. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, Canva has been very popular, and I want to pick up with what Miss Maling has said. I think for us teachers, if we're teaching right now with a lot of students, some of our students are using iPad, using Apple devices. Some of them are Android. Miss Maling mentioned about the web-based application. I think that's the secret right now. If you're working with different devices, using web-based applications could actually be the best way to access everyone, especially if they have devices. Miss Maling, another question here is, what about from Prof. Edgar Bolaño? What about for modules? So right now, let's be clear. When we say what about modules, we need to specify. digital or printed because we also have digital modules, right? So when we say modules, do we mean printed? Do we mean digital? But regardless, let's take for example, Miss Maleng, digital modules, it's easy to integrate, right? It's very easy to integrate in digital storytelling because it's the digital module. How about print-based modules, Miss Maleng? Because everything is printed, can storytelling as an approach be used in modules, printed ones?
Yes, possible, Sir Jim. No? And I think I would recommend comics to be
Yeah.
the best way to do narratives in printed format. I also understand that a lot of teachers right now have different contexts. No, some would have poor internet, some would really have no internet at all, some would have all the technology available at their fingertips. So we are all in different situations. Including storytelling need not always have technology. The most important thing for us as teachers is the realization that these are just tools that can help enhance your classroom teaching and student delivery of their knowledge. For example, currently we are in a pandemic and we know that students are forced to attend online classes. Most of the time, even the teachers would get bored at doing a lot of lectures. So but if you try to say, listen, class, I have a story to tell, I would imagine all of them will have ears on you. So it is just a tool. So, for example, you told your class, read this story of a particular hero, and then you will ask. The usual thing to do is to ask the student to do a report about the pure data, but you can be creative as a teacher and ask the student to do, for example, via storytelling technique, a video biography or an interview. Even if the hero is already dead, the student can assume that he is still alive and do the interview. So many, these are just techniques that teachers can use right now to make the learning fun, engaging, and as a student, it will also be memorable. Even complicated concepts like the science metamorphosis that I tried to use in the presentation a while ago. Um, Metamorphosis might be hard to remember for students, but if you do it in a storytelling like manner, definitely there will be engagement, memory retention, and students will have fun as well. I guess if we use that technique.
Yeah. Singit lang. Some of you are asking why is the evaluation still closed? We're not done yet, so the evaluation is still closed. So please stay with us. We will open immediately. The evaluation will open after we're done. Okay? So going back to the discussion, I love the sharing. You know why I love the sharing of Miss Maleng? Miss Maleng is also a parent right now. And I do remember we had a podcast recording, was it 2 days ago? And Miss Maleng shared about the her son's literacy or literature class on No Limitang Here. Is that correct? And that's
Correct.
literature, that's storytelling. Prof. Edgar is asking how about storytelling, digital storytelling in assessment. Miss Maleng, can you share to us the project of your son where he has to do vlogging? Vlogging is storytelling, right? So, Miss Maleng, can you share to us one of your son's assessment, parang making modern Kapitan Tiago or Noli Me Tangere. Can you share to us your story? Because that's an
Okay.
example of modern digital storytelling.
Mhm. So, yes, it is a difficult time for teachers and students right now, and for most parents as well. But right now, I feel that as a parent, we are like we are like teachers also at home, providing support to our children, to help enhance their understanding. So my kids is not that good in Filipino, and they need to read the Noli Me Tangere, understand the different characters there. So if if you try to read the book, sometimes he supplements it by watching YouTubes as well and trying to read some other stuff just to be able to translate all these texts in English and understand it more. So what I tried to do was to narrate the story. So it's like this is Padre Damaso, and I try to use different background stories about the prehistoric times of the Philippines, the Spanish occupations, and then later on, for the performance task, he was asked by the teacher to tell a story to blog about one of the favorite characters. And he actually chose Capitan Tiago. Capitan Tiago is, of course, we know, one of the ugliest. Um, he was, parang siya yung sinasabi, Sir Jim, na parang bulok na yung kalooban niya. And
Not so
he's
pleasant.
something like that. He was trying to be, he is a Filipino trying to become a Spaniard. So something like that. So, and it was, I recorded the video. He even wore Barong Tagalog and used a tobacco while speaking, sharing a story of the life of Capitan Tiago. So it was meaningful, definitely. Did he learn? Definitely. Was it both fulfilling for me as a parent and for my son? Yes. So we can use different techniques to help our kids learn more at this time.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. Vlogging is a modern day storytelling. That's why
Correct.
everyone wants to go vlogging. Their story, they're telling the telling their stories. The question really is the story false or true, or is it's a prank, or for content only? But in education, I think that's a very good way of making making students engage not just in learning but even them demonstrating learning. There's a note here that Canva is free for deaf ed teachers. By the way,
Wow.
Canva is free for all teachers as long as you have .edu. So deaf ed teachers have their own email, so that's automatically. But for private school teachers, if your school emails ends in .edu.ph, you can actually qualify for free. So Canva actually is giving out free access to some premium, not all premium, but some premium to all teachers. So that's very, very important to understand. So both private and public, you can actually access it. And it's very good, as you have shown, as Miss Maleng have shown, very versatile in using it. Another thing here is, I think one of the concerns, like for VN, for example, the thing is, most printed modules are just black and white. Even though there are pictures, they're not as effective as they should be because they look dull. Oh, by the way, um, the father of Miss Maleng is actually a comic book illustrator. I do remember that my most favorite comics before were black and white. They were not colored before. So maybe we can utilize the comic style.
Yes.
Even us in school, when we ask our students to share their learning, we actually ask them to create comics. And even their draft styles, it's black and white. So maybe if we don't have colored, we don't have to use colored because it's very expensive. Maybe we can use black and white friendly colors if there's such a thing. If there's none, then we can use black and white illustration. Let's just avoid the problem of asking in a test, asking any color-based question, especially if we print the modules in black and white. Babagsak po talaga ang bata. Pag ang, ang tanong mo ay color-based pero black and white yung printing ninyo.
Ano
All
ang
right.
kulay ng
Ano ang
damit?
Yeah. So please don't do that if that could be avoided. All right. So please continue sharing your thoughts. From Janet, salute to the speaker, Miss Maleng. Salute to you. You are really the right person whom you really have. Well, you have the expertise on what you're sharing to us. You give what you have.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Ayan, Mercy Marcelo also says, pwede pong gamitin ang vlogging sa Nolimi Tangere. Actually, I also know a teacher a teacher, because some students, even before me, I find it boring, to be honest, to read Ibong Adarna, Noli Me Tangere, El Fili. But right now, I know a teacher who uses memes. So she asks her students to create memes to represent what they've learned. Like for example, the character of Kapitan or Doña Victorina. 'Di ba Doña Victorina is yung medyo feeling Espanyol. 'Di ba yung parang yung description espasol na yung mukha, 'di ba? So the students because they love doing memes, ginagawa nila ng meme. Even meme itself is a storytelling tool because the memes can be they have deeper meaning, right? So there. Manolita is also sharing takeaway. Digital story is capable of combining still imagery, moving imagery, sound, and text, as well as interactive features. Yes. So there. Any other question? Some of the questions really are about the apps that you have used. Aside from Canva, a while ago, the drawing thing that you did, because that was very interesting for teachers. Can you share to us what you have used there?
Okay, I'll explain about that. So if you have an Apple iPad, or I'm sure you know an Apple iPad and an Apple Pencil, or you can use your finger also. You can use Keynote app, which is available on both Apple desktop and Apple iPad. But on the desktop, it doesn't have the drawing tool. It has animations and all the other effects. It's just that when you use the Apple iPad, you can use Keynote, and the Apple Pencil is the perfect partner for drawing. So yeah, there are a lot of drawing tools actually, But the nice thing about Keynote, if you want a digital storytelling technique, is that you can create several slides.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike for example some other apps, yes, you can do. For example, if you have Procreate, you can do simple animations as well. Um, and then you just click the play button so that all of the thing that you did from the start to end will be recorded by that app. But it's just on a single slide.
Yeah. Also, Book Creator.
Yes,
Book Creator was the
you
OG
have some
original. Yes.
story.
The Book Creator, if you Book Creator has web-based now. Before it was just an app. Now, if you look for Book Creator, there's now a web-based version. So inside Book Creator, when you search in online, the Book Creator gives you different templates of comic books, story books, any other kind, very different kinds of books that you can use.
Actually,
So there,
I recommend that, for example, the students are not familiar yet with the digital storytelling technique. The first thing to do is to do the comics, no? Because if you use, for example, Book Creator and the comic style in helping them dissect or organize their ideas into a storyboard with the balloon text and the different imagery that can be seen per box of the comics. It's a perfect starting point before they jump into the actual digital storytelling technique, be it a blog style or the slideshow presentation style. So comic style is the first thing to use.
yes, I love comics. I've been that the only reason why I read newspaper when I was a kid was to look at the Sunday comics. I was also buying, I don't know, are there any 90s kids here? K Zone, K Zone. I love K Zone before. I buy that because of the comics. So there.
Pugat Baboy.
Um
There's so many stuff
Pugat
to learn.
Baboy. I have a nice collection of Pugat. 'Di ba Pugat Baboy started as black and white also before?
Yes.
Right?
There's
And then
beauty in black and white. I think,
yeah.
if you ask me.
One more thing. Let's help our teachers. Some of our teachers are using Android. So if you're using Android, you can download Book Creator or maybe access via Google Chrome Book Creator. So that's actually a good way to start. Is there an app close to Keynote in Android? Google Slides. Is that the closest, Miss Maleng? Google
I think
Slides.
yes.
Yeah, Google Slide. Or if you have PowerPoint, you can also use PowerPoint. We're not just sure if they have the drawing part. But if do they have the drawing part, you can follow what Miss Maleng has done a while ago. Very simple text. One teacher asked Miss Maleng, is there a limit or is there an exact number of words per page?
Depending
Or
on the space you have, I think, and the
depending
size of the
on,
font that you will use so that it's still readable.
yes. And depending also on the on the audience.
Correct.
Yes. Wag naman nating kinder student, parang essay na po, nobela na yung yung
Actually,
yung per
for
page.
small kids, puppet works. No, you can use
Mm.
sticks, popsicle sticks, draw something and stick it there, or you can use your hands, put some socks, and decorate it. So there are so many techniques you can really deploy. Instead of just sharing the information plainly, you can be creative in the
Let's
delivery.
let's let's pick that up, Miss Maleng, kasi our teachers might be only thinking that digital storytelling is only using images in a tool. Miss Maleng mentioned puppetry, using sticks and shadows. If you have if you can make a makeshift stage, 'di ba yung mga puppeteers, they make a stage and then they have like the as simple as video camera or the camera of your cell phone. So you
Yes.
can do Dora, I don't know, Dora ba yung mga puppets? That's not Dora. Sesame Street. Sino si Pong Pagong? Batibot. That's digital storytelling also, right, Miss Maleng?
Correct, correct, correct. Actually, anything, any story, when you put it in digital format, becomes a digital story. You can even draw first on your band paper and then take a picture of it, and then you can put it all together into a slideshow. That's already a digital story. So the essence is really the storytelling technique as a tool for teaching. And then you can use non-digital and then digital depending on whichever is available.
Yeah, there's a term that we use. It's called tradigital. It's
Mm,
traditional plus digital. Tradigital. Don't worry about thinking, oh, kailangan technology advance. No, not really, because I'm pretty sure we don't want to become masters of technical stuff here. We don't want to lose our pedagogical the aspect of our storytelling. So you can combine both traditional and digital aspect of storytelling. Yeah. Any other final words that you want to say, Miss Maling, to our audience right now?
Final word, congratulations and thank you for listening. And teachers, let's continue to really work hard despite of all the situations we have, the challenges that we face. We can still be better teachers, no? Let's look at the pandemic as a way to really to really help jumpstart the learning process of our community, of our country towards digitalization.
I just had to unmute myself because my AI speaker is talking to me. I don't know why. But yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much, Miss Maling. We've learned a lot from you. Digital storytelling. Some of our participants are also sharing claymation or stop motion. If you're very patient, you can do claymation. You can do stop motion. These are all examples of digital storytelling. So there. Thank you so
And
much, Miss
so,
Maling.
sorry,
Yeah.
if we try to go back to the recorded slide, they can take a look at the QR codes, two QR codes, which can be sources of several, more than 50 plus digital storytelling apps that they can use in different platforms, available in different platforms. Thank you
Yeah.
for this
So
opportunity.
thank you, Miss Mal. Thank you for the reminder. So, if you want to look at the list of apps that Miss Maleng has curated, when we're done with our live session right now, go back to the talk of Miss Maleng. Look for that. Look for that part where at the last part where she showed the QR code. Take a screenshot. then that's where you can scan it. So don't forget about that. All right. So thank you so much, Miss Maleng, for this, for coming over here. Miss Maleng is leading the team of our speakers for September until October before we announce our the grand prize winner of iPad for our raffle. The same time, the winners of our Heroes of Learning photo contest. So we thank Miss Maleng. She's the head of PBSI, one of our partners. She's one of the leaders in PowerMac, our generous partner right now, and we are very thankful for everyone who has been here. So Miss Maleng, thank you so much, and stay safe. We're now gonna close our session. So bye, Miss Maleng.
Bye.
All right. So for everyone here, thank you so much for staying with us. We have a few reminders and a few announcements. But before we go to that, let me just welcome again Director Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros. She's the head of um, the Department of Education International Cooperations Office. She has a video message for all of us, and let's welcome her back again.
Dear friends out there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in this afternoon's webinar series with the Tag Pros. To the innovative teachers of the Philippines and beyond, thank you for joining us. As we celebrate the National Teachers Month, Tag Pros, our partner in elevating education in the Philippines, has once again organized a very timely and relevant webinar series titled Teachers Can Create, Upskilling Teachers as Content Creators and Education and Instructional Media Designers. This will run from September to October. And this workshop series aims to help teachers create better educational content and instructional materials, especially in the context of distance learning. Because of this pandemic outbreak, teachers have been finding new ways and exciting ways to keep students engaged while doing distance learning in the new educational landscape. One of the key challenges is how to create learning environments which engage the sensibilities of learners who are increasingly immersed in a digital world, what we now say the digital lifestyle. The synchronous, unrecorded, live communication of the conventional classroom is no longer enough. That is why it is now complemented by asynchronous, recorded, and on-demand video lectures. The learners' attitudes toward learning and technology evolved at a very fast pace, so teachers need to keep up, equip themselves, and find innovative ways to design and deliver their lessons in such a way that our learners are engaged in the process of learning. This 4-episode webinar series will surely provide you, dear teachers, and our dear educators and viewers with new ideas and useful learnings. There are a lot of resources that we can utilize but are yet to be discovered and explored. Creating instructional videos, digital storytelling, teacher coding or teaching coding to your students, leveling up your expertise in EdTech, all of this will be covered with these invited resources speakers who are also experts in these areas. There is definitely a lot waiting for you. As we shape the minds of our 21st century learners who are future leaders, let us never stop improving ourselves as the molders and, of course, as teachers of the 21st century learners. Let us keep going. There is so much to learn and learn as we keep relearning while the pandemic is just around the corner. To everyone, happy learning and good afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Director Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros, for always supporting Tag Process webinar workshop series. And of course, a few reminders. You can now, the evaluation form is now open. So please go at www.tagpros.org and look for the form or the link to the form there. There's a call button there that says answer evaluation form. You can click that and then open that, and that will lead to tagpros.org, the evaluation. So there, go to our website, tagpros.org. That's our website for Tagpros Children. And then scroll down, you will have there, you can find there the link to the evaluation. So can we scroll down the screen? Scroll down there. So click here to answer. You can find it there. And then when you click it, it will open to the Google form. And also, one of the things that we really want you to do right now is, of course, number one, to join Heroes of Learning session or Heroes of Learning photo contest. So can we show again the mechanics of the Heroes of Learning photo contest? We want to celebrate teachers. So we are asking you, we are inviting you to please nominate the inspiring teacher in your community. Um, Heroes of Learning is our way. Power Mac Center, PBSIs, and Tag Pros way of celebrating our teachers today at this time of the pandemic. We recognize the hard work of every teacher. That's why we have Heroes of Learning photography contest. For this competition, this photo contest is it's as simple as one, two, three. Number one, take a photo of the most inspiring teacher in your community, post it on Facebook, use our hashtag. That's it. It's very important to use our hashtag because that's our way of looking for your photos, and make sure that your posts are actually in public setting. Please make sure that you follow Tag Pro so that you can see the mechanics out there. We will be reminding everyone when you answer the evaluation form, you will be receiving or you'll be seeing some reminder of Heroes of Learning, because we want to celebrate all our teachers right now. So there, I think we're done. We're done with our session for today, and we are very happy. We are very thankful again that you are here. Um, and of course, we invite you for next week's session. Next week, we're gonna take learning with technology further as we now talk about Scratch and coding to gamify learning and teaching. Our guest last week, Mr. Joseph Kevin Regla, will be joining us once more to tell us or to talk about Scratch and coding and how we can use it in education. So there, once again, we thank our viewers for staying with us. On October 2, you also have teacher certifications. What are your options with Grace Montiel? And let's see how you could work on your EdTech certification or get your EdTech badges. All right, so that's it for our session for today. Thank you so much for being here with us. Do not forget to answer the evaluation form. Do not forget our very, very important rule, 1 week rule, 1 week to watch and answer the evaluation form, and you will get your digital certificates 1 week after you answer the evaluation form. So thank you, everyone. Please be safe and make sure that you keep yourself healthy, and God bless to us all. Please, if you want to stay behind, you can watch the different videos that we have about Power Mac and about Heroes of Learning. So thank you, everyone, and stay safe.
Need a repair? Come to Apple. We can help you find and schedule a repair at an Apple store or with an Apple authorized service provider. You'll find lots of convenient locations, even same-day appointments and walk-in repairs. When you come to an Apple store or Apple authorized service provider, you'll get genuine Apple parts and Apple trained technicians. And all the repairs are backed by Apple. We're here for you anytime you need a repair.